I was in San Diego and I got in that hotel room at the Grand Hotel. Still there, by the way. And across the street from the Grand Hotel was a park. And I had loaded the room up because I was thinking I got a plane leaving to Chicago on Friday, but I can cancel that and leave the next weekend. I'm going to go to Los Angeles and check this job situation out, right? Maybe security guard, maybe some kind of special guy, you know.
So then at that point you had officially stopped the military?
I was like 3 or 4 days left in the military, but I had officially decided I was going to get out.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
was just sick of it. Just
Sure.
sick of the politics and all that. And I said, no, this ain't for me. And I had several buddies who all, when you get out of the military, it's like a rite of passage.
Mm.
So it's a party time.
Mm-hmm.
And since I had a whole lot of money, then all of my buddies were there.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, what are you going to do? I said, this weekend I'm going to party. That was the plan before I met him. So what happened was,
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, sure, good.
you need help?
No, it's okay. Just that.
She is a pro.
I can tell.
I'm really wanting to hear this story because I don't know it.
Yeah, all the prerequisites, the preliminary activities.
Let me help her get some stuff in.
All right.
We'll wait.
No, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
So anyway, on Wednesday, I had, by then it was already resolved that I'm not going to be a SEAL, I'm not going to be a career guy, this stuff is just crazy. These are older guys who were in here from the Korean War and Vietnam, and these guys were like trying to break guys like me. And if you don't agree with us, then we're going to get rid of you. So it's pretty much the old boy network in the military. Oh, that was great. So I said it's not for me.
Oh, good. Okay.
Seen enough, done enough, bye. And
Do you like hot and spicy? No? Then stay away from that.
all right.
I thrive on it.
But I tell you, I was listening to Dick Gregory say something. Now, the man is a nut. But there's one thing that he said that I took notice of. He said red peppers kill everything that's in the body. And he said,
Good and bad?
in terms of diseases.
Oh,
I think
all
they're good
bad
for you.
stuff.
Yeah. And I was like, really? I was like, that guy, because he said there's no AIDS and no this and no SARS and nothing, thinking none of this in Mexico and all these Spanish places
Yeah.
that have red peppers. And I was like, but I can't stand hot things. But from then on, I decided if I want to live longer, I better do that. My uncle had told me, come on back to Chicago, man. You know that. He was in the Air Force for 5 years. My other uncle was in the Navy for 5 years. And so they had done their duty, obligations, and they had gotten out. So he said, come on back to Chicago. I spring out. I said, well, Uncle, I got this thing going on in Los Angeles. If it don't work out, I'll come and see you. He said, yeah, do that. Stay in touch. And he died.
Whoa, just like that.
He died. And when he died, I couldn't understand why he died.
So then that stopped the trip to Chicago.
That really halted it. Big time. So now my emphasis was to go to Los Angeles.
Right. Okay.
So before I went to Chicago, I said I'll numb my senses by getting drunk. I mean, to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just get drunk. So I had bought all this stuff, and I had plenty of buddies. Had a girlfriend. Had a lot of stuff going for me. And then I ran in the sky. And that was all over, just like that.
So was that like in the morning, afternoon, evening?
What had happened was, we had scheduled that I was going to leave Monday to go to Los Angeles. So I had rented a hotel from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and was going to leave Monday, the Grand Hotel. And
Very good. Thank you.
Thursday evening, I had went and bought all this liquor I wasn't a drinker, but in the military,
Party time.
you got to numb your senses because there's crazy stuff in the military. So my family were drinkers, but I wasn't. So I had loaded the bedroom up with all this liquor and food and stuff like that on Thursday night. So while I was going out buying all the liquor and stuff, I neglected to eat. So the next day, Friday morning, I was really hungry. So I got up real early to walk up and down the street and see what was open. The only thing that was open was the Subway store about, call it Subway, and now we call them subs.
Right.
Submarine sandwiches.
Okay, yeah.
But now we call them subs for short. And I was walking down the street. Excuse me.
That's your dial tone?
I was born in August.
So you were getting up early in the morning
I was hungry.
because you were hungry.
Yeah. I walked down the street looking for something open. Ironically, the only thing open was the Submarine store. And when I went, I saw it flashing for about 2 blocks away, and I said, they're open. It was like 7 in the morning. And when I walked down toward the store, I walked by him. He was on the corner passing out flyers.
Okay. To like our evening program or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the evening, which was right up the hill actually from where I was. When he gave it to me, I just put it in my pocket because I thought it was strange to be out there so early.
So it was like maybe a pre-breakfast blitz type thing.
Yeah, we were out really early. That's interesting.
So I was like, what's this guy out here so early in the morning passing out stuff on the corner? Because across the street, in front of Grant Hotel, is a park where all the doomsday is stuff.
Yeah.
All of them are there.
Interesting, okay.
And hippies
Mm-hmm.
and drug addicts. They were all in that park, as well as tourists. So my hotel room overlooked that park, so I could see all these people down there with signs and all those hippies
Right,
down drinking
right.
and stuff. So I didn't pay him no mind. But Scott gave me this flyer. I looked at it, and he said, why don't you come to our program this evening? It's just up the hill up here. And the free dinner and all that. And I was like, yeah, free dinner, yeah, right. So when I got my sandwich, then I came back out, he was gone. I was like, what happened to that guy? Anyway, I'm back to the hotel. And was eating a sandwich and then just resting, having a good time, Then all of a sudden, I played that song. And I started thinking about Judy again. Judy.
Wow.
I looked out the window into the park, and I saw nobody but this one girl. There's a whole bunch of people there. It's in the afternoon now, maybe about 1. I saw this one girl. And I was hearing this song. I kept thinking, yeah, Judy.
Is that her? Is that Judy? Right.
Come to find out, it was Cheryl Glass.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
And I said, I gotta meet her.
And
I gotta
her
meet
name
her.
must be Judy.
Hoping it was Judy.
Yeah, right. That would have been game over.
So I ran down there, met her, and then she kept going from people to people like a bee. Like a bee goes from flower to flower. And I didn't know what she was doing. But I just found that if I'm to find Judy, then she looks like that. Right? So I went down and introduced myself, we talked a while, and she gave me the same flyer, and I said, I got the same flyer with this guy earlier today. And she said, yeah, why don't you come, let's go. So I went back upstairs and let her do her thing. Now it's about 4 o'clock or so. My buddies started arriving. Yeah, man, the party's on now,
Right.
My girlfriend arrives. The party's on, baby. And I'm like, yeah, 5 years of that foolishness. And now we're gonna have fun. So then we drink a little bit. I didn't drink a lot because I wasn't drinking. I had it mostly for them. Then they left, and they said, man, we'll be back right around 6 or 7 tonight. Okay. was sitting there with nothing to do for about 3 hours. And I said, Judy, let me go see what she's up to. Looked around, couldn't find her flyer. Couldn't find it for nothing. But I mean, that chemistry. That guy had a flyer too, and it was in the pants over the other pants.
Yeah, in your back pocket.
Gotcha.
I
Wow.
went to the pants pocket, and I said, "Yeah, here it is."
I love
Look
it.
what I need to meet Judy. So I got down there. Frank Grove was there giving a lecture. David Harvey, a few other people.
Was David Harvey there?
Yeah, he was there.
Wow. Okay.
I remember him.
Interesting.
And first black guy I met in church.
Yeah. Right.
And when I got down there, Scott came over. As soon as I walked in, Scott runs over and Scott said, "I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad I didn't think you were going to come. So glad you came." I was like, "Yeah, right." Where's so-and-so?
Oh, yeah.
I was looking over his shoulder.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Where's Judy?
Nice to meet you. Appreciate you.
I had no idea this was going on, Greg.
I'm just ignoring him totally. He would pat me on the back. Can I get you something? You know, I'm
When
just
they
so
meet
happy.
first time.
Because I don't think Scott really had a lot of people coming during that time. Because he said, somebody told me later he had done a 40-hour condition. No sleep. And he was so happy to see me, right? And I was like, that's what happened. See me for.
What's going on there? Right.
Really. I didn't think he was scared or anything, but I thought he was a little too happy for me. He knew I was ignoring him.
I love it.
So finally I saw Sherry. So I wanted to spend a little time with Sherry, just, chatting, conversation. And I think one of the sisters saw it. And she decided she wanted to sit between me and Sherry and I. So I was crazy. So I kept trying to get Sherry alone, but I couldn't. Y'all was guarding then, big time. Frank Grove's a part of it. I laugh every time I see him now. Frank Grove's over there like General Patton.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You go sit between them two. There's trouble brewing there.
I saw him doing it. And I was trying to counteract his strategy, right? Because I was trying to isolate
I
Sherry.
love it.
Trying to get Sherry outside and stuff like that, but she wasn't going. So finally I realized this is not going to work. So this is not Judy. Let me get out of here. So it was at the end of the program. So they make the pitch. You can go for the 2-day workshop, change your lives, do this and that. So Scott comes back over. And Scott is telling me about the 2-day workshop. And I'm frustrated and angry. And I'm
You
like,
think you're there for Judy. You don't know what you're there for.
and I don't know who this guy's in my ear. What is he talking about?
Right.
And he just chattering, constantly about 2-day workshop and this and that. Good thing he did too. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this guy. So Scott says, we got a van leaving to go to Long Beach. Long Beach?
That's not far from
Close to
L.A.
LA, right? I said, it sounds like a good idea. I said, I'll go to Long Beach. Free bus ride, save me some money. We're in the van. Going back, because Scott asked, I said, I'll leave and I'll just make it back to the hotel. No, we'll give you a ride. I said, no, it's just,
You mean back to where you were staying?
yeah. I said, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Scott's like, no, we'll give you a ride. I said, no, I'll walk. It's not that far. No, we'll give you a ride. Like, this guy's getting my nerve, man. He's consistent. So I said, let me just go along with him. But as soon as we get to the hotel, I'm going to jump out and run in.
Right.
Because at the hotel, they got security guards all around there because of prostitutes.
Okay.
You can't get in there. So, from the Carp House, and they sold that house, right? I heard they did.
Yeah, I think so.
From the Carp House all the way to the hotel, he's talking. Yeah, man, I went to 2-day workshop. It was great, you get to learn more about God and how Messiah's on earth and all this. I'm like, I ain't arguing with him because I can see the guy is going to shut up.
No need, right?
He won't shut up. So we're in the van, riding. God's sitting next to me in my ear like turkey. And I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get rid of him. Got a plan. Right? So we get to the hotel. I jump out of the car and run into the hotel. Just run into the hotel. When I get to the elevator, push the button. He's next to me. I couldn't understand how he had gotten by the security guard. Because he had to show a little key. So the key went in. He's running behind me. Oh man, get to the elevator. Get into the elevator. I said, and the security guard says, "You have a key, sir?" And he goes, zoom by the guy, jumps in the elevator. The elevator door closed. I'm looking at Scott like, God, how did he get into the elevator too?
Do you remember that?
No,
Wow.
nothing of this.
I love it.
I don't remember.
I love it.
I just gotta get
That's why I'm
into it.
hanging on every word.
Just like before the security guard could grab him, he's in the elevator.
Right.
The security guard is getting toward the elevator and the door's closing. Oh man, plan is out the window. I gotta figure out another way to get rid of this guy. He's still talking. You know, I'm just serious about this. I'm really serious. God really wants you. God really wants you. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm thinking, as soon as I get to my hotel door,
You're in and the door closes. Right.
call
And
the
he's
police,
out.
call the security guard.
Right.
Guys outside of my door making noise, right? We're walking down the hallway to the door. He's still talking. Non-stop the whole time. Non-stop. I didn't get a word in.
I think I've softened up a little bit in my old age. I can't even I imagine this person that you're talking about. But go ahead. That's why I'm hanging on every word.
It's an amazing time for me. My friends are already in the room because I had told them, I had two keys, gave one to them. My girlfriend's in the room and my two buddies are in the room. They're all military. And they're in there drinking when I get in the room. As soon as I get close to the room, I hear the music coming out of the room. And I'm thinking, this party's on, man. So let's get rid of this guy, man. We get to the door. I put the key in the door. I open the door. Yeah, I slam it real fast. He puts his foot in the door. And I'm like, man, get your foot out of the door, man. So you said you were going to go to Long Beach. I said, I never said that. I never said that. You the one that kept saying that, man. Get your foot out of the door, man. No, I'm not going to do it. I said, man, if you don't get your foot out of the door, I'm just going to punch you in the face, right?
Right.
And my buddy's like, man, who's that dude, man? Who's that dude?
What's he doing?
My girlfriend is like, who's that strange dude out there? I go, some strange dude I met today. And my buddy said, just punch him, just hit him. Just hit the guy, man. He'll get his foot out of the door. And I go, I want to hit him, but I know he's a nice guy, right?
Right.
I want to hit him, and I'm like, that's a nice guy, man. I just want to hit him. If I hit him, his foot comes out the door, I slam the door. End of story. And it's destiny too, right? But I can't hit him. Because Scott is like, God wants you. God really wants you. And I'm looking at Scott, and I'm looking at my friends, and they're,
They want you too.
yeah, that joker, man.
Right.
What's going on? The party's on, man. Get rid of that guy. And I'm like, look at Scott. Look at him. Look at Scott. Look at him. And all of a sudden, my spiritual eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. And I see behind Scott these angels. And it shocks me. It just like gives me this look at my friends, and I see devils behind them. And there's just everywhere in the room are devils. And I look back at Scott, and there's angels. And the angels are like beckoning me like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just do it a couple more times. They did in an instant. I said, no, I'm going with him. What? Man, you're crazy. I said, I'm going with him. I'll see you guys in a few days. I'm going with him. I just grab my bag, and then I go with Scott, and then we get in the van. When we get in the van to go, because the van is still waiting. It was supposed to go to Long Beach. kind of doing this blinking stuff, right? I'm looking at it. And I said, really? Really? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Wow.
I said, Scott, you stuck your foot in the door. You remember that? I don't remember that. No, I don't. I don't. What happened? Where are we? He's talking like that, right? Where are we? I said, we're at the Grand Hotel. We're leaving the Grand Hotel going to Long Beach. And then Scott said, Long Beach, yeah, okay, cool, like that. And I'm sitting there riding on with the Long Beach going, what the heck?
All right, now I can interject my thing. The only thing that I do remember, because now I do remember the sticking my foot in, but something that you don't know is that I gave up. I was trying 100%. I actually remember once you did that and you were about to hit me, I realized, okay, he doesn't want to come, and so and at that moment, the driver for the van, his name was Manfred Moik. He said, Scott, we have to go now if we're going to go. And I said, okay, that's okay. He's not coming. I told Manfred he's not coming. And Manfred said, okay, I go around the block. He extended it. I told him no, and I don't know what he heard. He heard, like I was saying, he's coming. And he said, okay, I go around the block, and he got an extra 5 minutes. So I had actually given up. I did everything I could.
It took me that long to get my bags ready.
Yeah, and during that time, you must have made the decision, or you saw what you saw. I had no idea you saw any of that. And then we walked, and we got into Manfred's van. So to this day, I'm grateful for him, because I said, okay, I'll just come right down. He's not going to come. He's wanting to hit me. And then Manfred said, oh, okay, I'll go around the block. Then we give him 5 more minutes.
That's pretty much the story.
Wow.
That's the story, and we're sticking to it.
I love it.
Thank you, God. I mean,
love it.
Thank you.
I never knew that was happening, Greg.